Could you imagine in the future getting arrested by one of these humanoids? Imagine just being in the backseat arguing with a machine talking about, man, I know you ain't read me my rights with a software update.
Master Quincy warned us about the robots slowly taking over us, the way we think, the way we move, our creativity. It was all in real time back in the 2020s, when people used to do videos and live stream. Yes, he warned us, but no one wanted to listen.
Ain't this how it always start? Real cool, real calm, real collected. Oh, it's just helping people in traffic. That's what they said about self-checkout. And now look at us now. We bagging our own groceries like an unpaid intern. Now this robot got a vest on, standing in the middle of the street like it got seniority. Let's go ahead and play this clip.
R001, China's official robot traffic officer. In the city of Wuhu, there is a police officer standing at a busy intersection every single day. Full uniform, white cap, reflective vest, looks completely human from a distance.
Oh man. Now hold on. We got to stop it right here. Now, I want y'all to know that this is not some movie prop. This is what happens when AI leave the screen and start hanging outside. A lot of people still think AI is just some smart little chatbot writing emails and helping folks cheat on homework. No. Once AI gets a body, the conversation changes because now it's not just answering questions. Now it's participating in society. Remember that video I told y'all about manifested AI? Y'all remember that? Yeah, manifested AI. And manifested AI is just, taking AI from the screens and bringing them in real life. And that's when grown people need to start asking grown questions. When did this start? How many of these do they actually have? How many more are they planning to make? And why are they so comfortable putting these outside already? Come on. These we got to ask the right questions.
But walk closer, and you realize it is a robot. And it has been standing there all day without moving, without eating, without complaining once. People literally stop their cars to take photos with it. But here's the thing. It is not just standing there looking pretty. It is connected to the traffic lights, moves its arm in sync with every signal change.
And you can see right here, he's directing traffic, signaling people, making sure that they get across the streets safe, right? And we got to ask questions like, how much more can they upgrade this? Can they actually make the humanoids look almost human-like? And I want to explain this to y'all, like we just on the block chopping it up. A regular AI chatbot is like the smart dude with all the answers. A humanoid robot, that's the smart dude after you gave him legs, cameras, sensors, and permission to stand in traffic acting important. That's different. This little machine standing here like he got a dental plan, a 401k, a pension. It looked like he got a couple write-ups on his belt too. Man, oh man. See, and it's not the fact that a lot of people don't think that something like this was going to start happening. My thing is, I told y'all that it was going to happen a lot sooner than what most people actually thought.
spots violations in real time, and calls out offenders on the spot using its own voice. Rain, heat, midnight.
And see, this is where people are a little bit slow, right? And by the way, this is actually already happening in China, right? And not to mention that there are future plans of, them manufacturing a lot more robots. And, you know, there are plans that they'll be getting shipped, shipped to other countries. Other countries are going to want to buy into this, especially after seeing the test phase. Right now, we in the test phase. But see, the point is not just, oh, wow, there's a robot directing traffic. The point is, why would they want this? Simple. Repetition. Yeah, repetition. If a machine can do the same boring task over and over, whether it's in traffic, in heat, around noise, without getting tired, without getting distracted, or without calling off, somebody in power is going to start questioning how much they still need the human doing this exact same job. That's how automation sneaks in. Not because it's cute, but because it's useful. And some people think that the future is going to arrive with some dramatic music. No, the future is pulling up wearing a safety vest talking about efficiency.
3 a.m. It does not matter. R001 is always there. No salary, no sick days, no attitude. Just a robot that shows up every single day without fail and does the job perfectly.
And this is the psychological part too. Man, they got this robot looking sharp. And this, I would say this is probably, a cheap version, but that doesn't mean it can't do the job effectively. But it definitely looks, because you could actually make these look a lot more human. The technology is already there, right? And as we move deeper into the future, we're going to start seeing some things that you people won't even believe can happen. And you got to think, once something starts becoming to look more official, people start treating it official. Whether it's the uniform, the positioning, the street placement, controlled motion. Authority don't always need personality. Sometimes it just needs people willing to obey that command. And that's the deeper game. Think about it. Could you imagine in the future getting arrested by one of these humanoids? Imagine just being in the backseat arguing with a machine talking about, man, I know you ain't read me my rights with a software update. Can you imagine? Here go another question. Just think about it. What if some lunatic just ran one of these off the road? What are the possibilities? Would you have to do time? Would they hit you with a ridiculous fine? Would they treat it like damaging government equipment? Would it be assault on an officer or just destruction of property with a science fiction twist? Now, I ain't telling nobody to test it. No, don't test that out. I'm saying that these are legal questions people better start thinking about before the future gets all the way here.
Just a robot that shows up every single day without fail and does the job perfectly.
Now let's get to what most people actually want to know. Does this mean that human police could get reduced? Possibly. Yes, possibly in some roles. Yes. Not because every officer just disappears, but because repetitive tasks are the first ones to get shaved off. Traffic signaling, routine reminders, basic public guidance, simple visible patrol tasks. These are going to be good for like main events where a lot of traffic needs to be controlled, or busy streets where a lot of people like to run red lights, run stop signs. I can see, of course, things are going to progress in the future. We got to start thinking about one of these things putting you in handcuffs in the future. We don't know. We don't know. But technology doesn't usually erase the highest judgment role first. It cuts into the most repetitive slice first. Public reporting on AiMOGA's traffic robot says exactly that. It handles repetitive, standardized signaling while supplementing on-site personnel. AiMOGA is the company behind this robot, and their whole angle is simple. Let the machine handle the repetitive traffic motions and routine reminders while the humans deal with the stuff that actually takes judgment, discretion, and decision making. So, no, this ain't every cop gone tomorrow. This is not cops just being eliminated. That's not what this is about. But if enough repetitive work gets automated, then yes, over time you could need fewer humans doing those exact repetitive assignments. That is a reasonable inference from the reported use case. So if I was a police officer and I was worried about where this is going, I would start thinking smarter right now. Move toward the parts of the job machines. You know what I'm saying? Start focusing on investigation where things causes you to use judgment, crisis response, interviewing, AI system supervision. Basically, what I'm saying is get closer to the human judgment side or the tech management side. That would be my advice to any police officer that, may be worried about this. Because the officer who only knows repetitive street duty got more to worry about than the officer who can investigate, supervise systems, analyze evidence, or work cyber. That's the smarter pivot. And I always tell you guys to pivot. And I've always been telling you guys, make sure that you R001. That's what the name of these robots are. If you want to do a little bit more research, I done dropped a lot of game for y'all already. But yeah, and think about it too from an investor angle. I'm not telling anybody to buy. Trust me, I'm not. But investors should at least take a look at bots and ARC-Q off the simple fact that if a company like AiMOGA is publicly talking about 90,000 quadrupeds and 40,000 humanoids by 2030, then broad robotics and autonomy exposure is at least worth studying. Bots is built around companies tied to robotics and AI adoption, and ARC-Q is built around autonomous technology and robotics. This is why I would take a look at those. Yeah, man, this is interesting. It's very interesting to see what's gonna happen. I hope you be here to see it. Because once they start talking numbers like that, this ain't just look at the cool robot. It ain't gonna be about that. We're gonna be talking about scale. We're gonna be talking about supply chain. We're gonna be talking about sensors, chips, software simulation, infrastructure. Now you're talking real money, right? And now you can start thinking about what direction your kids should start getting into. Because the fields that you thought was great fields when you were a kid, it ain't gonna be the same for the generation that's coming up now. And let me clean something up before people start running wild. When I say AiMOGA, AiMOGA is going global overall, but this exact traffic cop version is not clearly proven as a global police export. That's what I mean. Now, the company says its robots are already deployed in 30 plus countries, and it has broader global ambitions, but that don't it don't automatically prove that this exact traffic officer unit is being sold worldwide to police agencies. Those are two different claims. Two different claims. That's like saying because Nike sells shoes worldwide, every shoe Nike ever made is on every foot on the earth. Nah. Precision matters. Now, if we could make this personal for a second, and this is why I keep telling people stop laughing at AI like it's just entertainment. Study it. Because once intelligence gets put into machines, society needs people who can build it, train it, test it, manage it. You know what I'm saying? Supervise it and regulate it. So if you're young or you got kids or you in a field that's heavy on repetitive work, that's the simple question. Are you preparing for the future? Or are you standing still while the future quietly applies for overtime? So my final thought is don't get distracted at all of this. Don't get distracted by the joke. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it looked crazy. Yeah, it feels like a movie. But the deeper story is when they're comfortable enough to put humanoid machines in public, they are trying to normalize embodied AI in everyday life. And once society gets comfortable with it, the next version usually moves a lot faster. So laugh at first. Yeah, I did too. All giggles. But after you laugh, ask the grown man question. If this is what they're showing us now, what are they building when nobody's looking? Yeah. What are they building when nobody else is looking? That's the question that you want to be asking. Make sure you work, hustle, and invest. I'm Master Quincy. I'm out.